Hello, my name is Darrel Weisman. I'm a retired fire captain from Phoenix Fire Department. I was a Special Operations Safety Officer for Technical Rescue and HAZMAT Materials. Today we have the HAZMAT Materials Rescue Harness. The rescue harness goes over the exterior of a hazmat technician in a level A suit or a level B suit that's encapsulated. Or the harness itself has leg loops that go around both legs, has the large SCBA loop that goes over both sides of the SCBA, the adjustable component for depending on the technician's height. Then it has an attachment point, which is the D-ring, just in case necessary for if they're elevated elsewhere. Then it has the latch mechanism harness straps. So there's the shorter one, here's the longer one. The longer one then would go through and intertwine into the suit to capture it, and then ultimately end up at the end and then going in and finishing it off. Along with the chest strap, which the chest strap goes across, then actually finishing off the suit so you can put a radio on or whatever necessary. The actual harness was designed years ago to increase our safety component, and it has decreased the timeline that we've been able to evacuate a Mayday technician from an environment that they had the unlikely Mayday by 87%. So when we take a look at the harness, it will provide grapple points, handholds, however you look at it, for the rest of the entry team and the backup team. So when they're in the environment that they need to be removed from, they can either get around the legs, around the SCBA side, lift them up, put them on a sked board or a Stokes basket, and then remove them from that environment to, say, the decontamination area. We've looked at it. We've trained over 8,000 members throughout the nation, actually. But like I said, locally we've been using it for over 25 years here in the region, and it's done nothing more than increase our safety and well-being for our members here. Here we have the loops for the legs, along with the harness that comes up here, which would be the SCBA harness, the adjustable D-ring, so if we needed to adjust it later on. We have our latch strap here, and our secondary longer latch strap here. So since it's laid out, we'll have the hazmat technician come in. They're going to step into the leg loops. Once they're in there, I can capture the leg loops. So I capture the legs. Technician would hold on to it at that point. I come around the back, I gather up the harness itself. Here being one of the most important components where we can now go on both sides of the SCBA. Here we have to be cautious not to interrupt the integrity of the suit. Here we have our relief valve for the suit, so making sure it goes over there and the suit's still doing its job. I do have the SCBA captured. If necessary, as I mentioned earlier, here's the adjustable component. It's already been adjusted for Roger, so we're good. We have our latch strap that's going to go over the left shoulder. Then we have the second longer latch strap that's going to go over the right shoulder. So we have the running end. Here I'm going to come down. I'm going to capture the right leg. So I come down through the leg loop. I'm going to capture the left leg by coming up the leg loop, finishing off by marrying up the two latch components. Once I have those, the actual harness is on. At this point, I just want to go back over it. I want to look at it, making sure it's not too tight for the sake that we want the suit to still function, have its air pockets in there to perform what the suit actually does. Now to finish it off, we have the chest strap. So the chest strap then will come across to where the strap was for the latch, come across, has already Velcro installed, so it comes across and you hook it in. This serves multi-purposes where it finishes off the suit, keeps it all intact. At the same time as if you have a larger teardrop face piece, you can put it on top so it doesn't have to go up and down and be readjusted. You can put external items such as radios on here. But needless to say, when you take a look at the actual harness, this is where we now have grappling points that you can move somebody or bring somebody out of an environment a lot easier. You can move them onto a sked board or Stokes basket and then ultimately go through a decontamination corridor. So as we've done this, we've applied it to the exterior of the actual technician. They're not breathing air. and they're in the dressing area, so they're not breathing air, compromising their work cycle and the air, which is the most important item. So the dressing team manager then would look to make sure every entry member and backup member has everything ready to go, the suit's all intact, the harness is intact, and now they can say ready, set, go. I can assist by putting the regulator on, person now would be breathing, and then I could finish up the application of the suit, buttoning it up, and going downrange they can go.